Percent more medicine doctors recommend.
One little pill, and I'm back.
Serious medicine for serious gas. Phazon.
Some things can't be taught in a classroom or found in a textbook. But with Fixodent's long-lasting hold, you'll be ready no matter where the lesson takes you. For long-lasting hold, Fixodent and forget it.
It's a scrumptiously delicious bar, fortified with 17 vitamins and minerals. Get your recommended daily allowance of chocolate crunch. The Boost Bar. Find it next to Boost.
On the money tonight, the latest price of gasoline. Everyone knows it's been going down. Today, however, crude oil is selling at some of the lowest levels since the 1930s. Here's ABC's Barry Seraphin.
Adjusted for inflation, the last time that the price of gas was this low was never. The average national price of a gallon of regular unleaded gas last month dropped to 97.9 cents. Here's another way to look at it. This gallon of bottled water costs $1.49, one-third more than the average gallon of gas. In some places, the price is even lower, 66 cents a gallon at this gas station in Atlanta.
I love it.
It helps me pay my rent.
The reason for the big drop in prices? An oil glut that pushed oil prices down so far it caused some American producers to stop pumping. Motorists are not the only beneficiaries of cheap fuel. The airlines saved $2 billion on fuel costs last year. They recently announced fare increases anyway, but they say that was because of labor costs. Prices at the pump are expected to climb somewhat this summer as demand increases. In the meantime, cheap gas is expected to boost the trend toward purchasing gas-guzzling vehicles. At these prices, even this can seem like an economy car. Barry Seraphin, ABC News, Washington.
Still on the money. On Wall Street today, the Dow Jones Industrial Average was down more than 62 points to close at 93.04. On the NASDAQ, stocks went down big time in the technology area and sent the market down 83 points. That's the third largest point drop there has ever been. Another difficult day for brokerage houses online. There's too much volume. For the second day in a row, the online service E-Trade shut down temporarily because of a software problem. Thousands of investors complained, naturally. So much for immediate gratification on the internet. After all that hoopla about the Victoria's Secret fashion show on the net yesterday, shares in the parent company, Intimate Brands, were down more than 5% today. As one analyst said, sex doesn't sell, desire does. On Capitol Hill tomorrow, the Senate will try to respond to the increasing frustration of airline passengers. A bill will be introduced to give airline passengers more rights. The bill would guarantee every passenger the right to be told when a flight is oversold and require that airlines grant passengers refunds within 48 hours of buying a ticket. The bill would also guarantee passengers the right to know all the fares charged on a particular flight and the right to know why flights are delayed. That'll be complicated. In a moment, the Great Reflection, a spectacular experiment in space.
We're picking up our CEO.
Fortunately, the company cars have OnStar.
We swerved off the road and boom, the airbags go off.
There was a deer.
I never saw it.
Seconds later, an OnStar advisor calls and says, I just got a signal, your airbags went off, should I send an ambulance?
We were fine, but she called for a tow truck and a limo.
Good thing I called OnStar.
OnStar called us.
Oh, right.
The one-touch connection to people who can help.
OnStar.
Call 1-888-OnStar-7.
All right, kid. Here we go. 10-9. What do you got? What do you got? What? Yeah. All right, come on, come on.
What would you do if someone you loved had a heart attack?
Yeah.
Did you know it's now been proven that the same Bayer aspirin you have in your bag for muscle aches may actually help stop you from dying if you take it during a heart attack?
Downtown. Lucky shot.
Can your pain reliever do that? Talk to your doctor now.
Next time I'll go easier on you.
Bayer, powerful pain relief and so much more.
What?
You got more than me.
Honey,
Honey Nut Quaker Toasted Oatmeal, crisp oatmeal flakes, clusters, and honey roasted almonds. You haven't wanted a cereal this badly since you were a kid.
Chevy Tahoe, like a rock.
In space today, the bright idea that hasn't worked yet. The Russia's scientists say they'll try again tomorrow. We mean bright, literally. The crew on the Mir space station tried to put up a giant mirror to redirect sunlight to the Earth. Here's ABC's Ned Potter.
Winter's nights can be awfully long, especially in the frozen cities of northern Russia, which is why, when things are at their bleakest, Russian space engineers hope people will turn to the sky. The project is called Znamya.
These are the first experiments, the first small steps in the direction of what might be a technology, a spacecraft of the whole next century.
Here's the idea. A Progress cargo ship, seen here in a test several years ago, undocks from the Mir space station and unfurls a giant lightweight reflector, spinning to stay flat. It is specially designed to bounce the sun's light onto the darkened land below. The 80-foot reflector would give cities beneath it a few seconds of illumination, perhaps 5 to 10 times as bright as the full moon. Today, the reflector got tangled and damaged, but an audacious idea has been loosed upon the world.
Someday, much larger mirrors could put substantial amounts of sunlight onto darkened areas of the Earth.
To some people with the winter blues, that's a very exciting idea, banishing the night, cutting cities' lighting costs in half. But to many others, messing with the natural cycle of day and night is frightening. Advocates talk hopefully of extra light for rescuers in natural disasters, of extra warmth for citrus groves endangered by a killer frost. But if the idea catches on, some scientists worry about the sleep cycles of animals, or of a night sky cluttered with lights or even orbiting billboards.
The assumption seems to be that night is bad and day is good, and as an astronomer I would take issue with that.
Someday society may have to decide. The night for sure can be dismal, but how much do we want to change it? Ned Potter, ABC News, New York.
While we're up there, NASA's going to launch a space probe on Saturday. They want to retrieve pieces of a comet. And if they're successful, we might learn the answers to some of life's big mysteries. Here's ABC's Bill Blakemore.
It may show us what we're made of, maybe even how life began here. The spacecraft called Stardust will circle the sun to catch up with a comet called Wild 2. Then, if all goes well, fly through the comet's tail and capture bits of it on a special collection plate to bring back to Earth. That has never been done before. Scientists think that comets are what everything's made of. Everything. Trees, houses, cars, shoes, your brain, even the pyramids. They believe the sun, the Earth, and all the other planets slowly condensed out of billions of chunks of matter floating in space, and that comets, which are made of ice and dust and chemicals, are just leftover pieces.
We expect to find materials that are actually older than the sun and planets.
They also think comets may carry organic molecules that could help explain how the stuff of life got planted on Earth. They should find out in January 2006, when Stardust has circled back to Earth and its capsule floats down to a landing in Utah, bringing with it pieces of a comet that just might show us how we came from the stars. Bill Blakemore, ABC News.
In medical news, there's a new study that finds that the window of time available to doctors to reverse the symptoms of a potentially massive stroke has doubled because of a new drug. The studies say that doctors have 6 hours instead of 3 to treat the symptoms by releasing a new clot-dissolving drug right into the brain. Abbott Laboratories, which is developing the drug, paid for the study. In a moment, we'll take another look at internet porn, the battle in the library. A closer look indeed.
Woods aren't the only place predators lurk.
If you were being followed, would you know what to do? Make sure your doors are locked, windows up. Don't go home. Drive to where there are people, someplace bright. Then lean on the horn and draw attention. For more safety tips, get this free book from Shell. Count on Shell.
Okay, you probably think they look alike. But with Gateway, you get basic help over the phone for as long as you own it. After a month, you pay for it. Here, you get a color printer. Nope, not here. This one you can trade in toward the purchase of a new one after 2 years. Yours forever. Still think they look alike? We'll build you a PC with an Intel Pentium 2 processor for $1,598. Call us or come into Gateway Country.
Do rich people have more friends than the rest of us? Are they more deserving of a comfortable seat? Are they more entitled to brake safely on a rainy day? Are we the only car company that doesn't think so? Century by Buick. Full of amenities for under $20,000. And right now, Century is an even better value. Come in today and get $750 cash back on every new 99. Century by Buick. A luxury car for everyone.
Frequent heartburn. Is it worse at night, especially after dinner?
Mm-hmm.
Have you treated it, but still suffer on 2 or more days a week? Mm-hmm. Has your heartburn been a persistent problem for you? Your heartburn may be due to a potentially serious condition called acid reflux disease. Ask your doctor about Prilosec. Just 1 capsule daily can provide 24-hour complete heartburn relief. 24 hours. Ask your doctor for more information about Prilosec and if it's right for you. The most common side effects are headache, diarrhea, and abdominal pain. Want 24-hour heartburn relief with 1 daily dose? Ask your doctor about the 24-hour complete heartburn relief of Prilosec.
We're taking another look tonight at the struggle parents have to keep pornography at bay. As more and more kids get access to the internet, it gets harder and harder. There are more than 30,000 sites on the web now where the message is sex, and more than 30% of the people who go online check them out, including, according to one study, more than 1 million kids a year. The ongoing dilemma for parents and communities is how to keep kids off these sites without cutting into their rights and everyone else's. ABC's Peggy Wehmeyer reports tonight on the noisy fight in a local library.
Elementary school children here use the public libraries for class research, but with very little effort, they can get to something else.
They're going to see images that are so disgusting and so vile that I think many adults would be offended by it.
It can even happen accidentally. Whitehouse.com gives them interns posing nude. Type in toys, and they might stumble into this. When Jane Niedenfuhr saw 2 children looking at pornography, she went straight to the librarian.
I said, there's 2 boys over using that terminal over there, and they are accessing pornography. And she said, ma'am, there's really nothing I can do about it.
Nothing she can do about it because the American Library Association believes that restricting full access to the internet is tantamount to censorship. And the ACLU has successfully sued a county in Virginia that tried to do it.
They have every right to this information. Kids have a right to free speech. I don't know why people think that kids don't have civil liberties.
But Plano does have other laws, so far unchallenged, to protect children from adult material.
Well, those same 2 little boys that are downstairs cannot go up to the Blockbuster Video and rent an X-rated movie. They can't walk across the street to the 7-Eleven and buy a Playboy magazine, but they can come in this library and get pornography.
Jane took her frustration to the Plano City Council, which held a town meeting.
Let the pedophiles and perverts go elsewhere. We must protect our children. Thank you very much.
Many parents were outraged to learn how easily their children could find pornography at the library. Under pressure, the City Council overrode the library board and voted to consider installing filtering software on all library computers. But some teenagers are already complaining.
If you're looking at breast cancer, anything to do with a sexually transmitted disease, things like that, they're all blocked.
The fight in Plano is a clash of traditional American values, freedom of information, and a parent's duty to protect a child. Peggy Wehmeyer, ABC News, Plano, Texas.
Peggy mentions there how one software filter might block kids who want to research, for example, breast cancer. And that kind of problem only scratches the surface. Here's ABC's Gina Smith.
Installing a software filter seems more practical than constantly monitoring a child's internet use. But filter companies vary widely as to what they block and why. Many products seem to have political agendas. One filter won't let your child view this site from Planned Parenthood. Its views on abortion rights are too radical. Another filter blocks the American Family Association because of its anti-homosexual stance. Then there are the filters that don't seem to make any sense at all.
There is one site, the American Association of University Women, which was blocked because it had a page that said, hot links to sites about women.
Some filter programs use keywords to deny access, but they can be imprecise. For instance, blocking the word SEX might also block Mars exploration. As a result, filters often either block too much or not enough.
The biggest misconception is that they are 100% effective, that once you turn the filter on, you can walk away from the computer and your child is unlikely to see any image that might offend them.
For instance, I'm using a filter that reviews about 9,000 news sites every day, and it had no problem blocking access to the Playboy website. For some reason, though, it missed this one. Some parents say filters just miss the point.
Sex is all over the place in this culture, and I think the issue is really having a relationship with your kids that you can talk to them about it.
Parents who use filters say partial protection is better than nothing at all. But even the filter companies admit their products are no replacement for active parental supervision. Gina Smith, ABC News, New York.
Finally, just to be clear why there are so many pornographic sites out there, last year porn sites took in between $700 million and $1 billion. Back in a moment.
Take these off. Put these on. It's time to take a little trip. To a place where the water is fine and the crab legs are steaming hot and delicious. And for a little while, they're just $9.99 a pound. Escape to Red Lobster. Because life on land is dry.
When they said the world didn't need another nose strip, we said we'll make one that gives instant relief of nasal congestion symptoms and is ergonomically contoured for a good fit. Introducing Clear Passage nose strips. After all, we're the maker of the Afrin brand, and who knows more about the nose?
There is an athlete amongst us, disguised as a mother and a neighbor. And when most of us are still sleeping, she's running. She also takes the vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, and folic acid in Women's Ultra Mega Multivitamins made by General Nutrition Centers. Tomorrow, she'll get up and run some more. Women's Ultra Mega Multivitamins made exclusively by GNC. Live strong. Live well.
Great meal. Uh-oh, gas pressure. What now? What else? Gas-X, with the most powerful medicine for fast relief. Nothing works faster.
Hey, want to go for ice cream?
Gas-X, the power to fight gas fast.
Tonight, the climax of Tom Clancy's Net Force. He saved the best for last. Net Force, an ABC premiere event tonight, 9/8 Central.
Tomorrow, Maureen Reagan gives us an extraordinary glimpse at her father's silent world and the toll Alzheimer's takes. That's tomorrow on Good Morning America.
Tonight on Channel 2 News, prosecutors announce a big development in the case of Seaside murder suspect Jesse McAllister. We'll have the latest. Plus, see why the days of doggy joyrides may be numbered. I'm Steve Dunn. News of the Northwest is next.
Finally this evening, a little moral leadership, please. Here's the story. In Hackensack, New Jersey, the federal government is suing the city to get back 3 government cars which the city impounded 288 days ago.
Picked them up April 23rd, 1998.
3 cars used by Army recruiters who have thousands of dollars in outstanding parking tickets. The feds say parking meters are not applicable to government vehicles. Sounds a bit like the Russian behavior at the United Nations. Exactly, says Hackensack's chief of police.
It is disturbing when foreign governments invoke diplomatic immunity against our cities. It is absolutely infuriating when our own government invokes it against us.
The businesses near the recruiting centers are thoroughly teed off. They say the military guys hog the parking spaces on the street and don't even respect the handicap zone.
The police will ticket them. They could care less. They don't care.
And as for the special parking spaces Hackensack has always reserved for the military, well, they're a block and a half away. Go to it, Feds. That's our report on World News Tonight. Everyone trying to save face in the Senate impeachment trial on Nightline. I'm Peter Jennings. Have a good evening. Good night.